Hi, my name is Robert Serafini. I'm a Monroeville resident. Once again, I'd like to talk about the Bel Air pool, which is on the second page, Ordinance B. I have a couple more questions. Can I address Mr. Yugas here for a minute?
Technically, you should be addressing me, Bob.
I know, but okay. How close is the Bel Air pool in close proximity to the turnpike?
That would be a Hugus question, sorry.
I would say the parking lot portion of it is probably, 100 feet, 150 feet from the edge of the turnpike.
And how much of that, I'm just asking, if they made that a third lane of the turnpike, how much of that would infringe upon the pool?
I have not seen the design drawings from the Turnpike Commission to tell you how much of it would be used.
Bob, I've seen the drawings, but not there. I understand they're adding way more than a third lane. They're adding an inner lane next to the barrier that you can pull off if you have trouble. Then they're adding a third lane of travel and then another berm. So they're doubling the size of the turnpike.
So it actually would infringe upon that property?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's just not,
If you go out past, I call it the New Kent exit.
yeah.
Where that turnpike widens out, that's what's coming our way. And again, there's a pull-off lane next to the Jersey barrier. They're taking the turnpike from 2 to 3 lanes and then another berm.
Okay,
So
So-
they're doubling the size of it.
so they're really going whole hog. Okay, who made the first contact regarding the sale? Was it the Turnpike Commission or us? I am addressing you, Mayor.
Well,
Tim?
Bob, as I mentioned to you on Thursday evening, I was contacted about 13 months ago by the Turnpike Commission, and we had a subsequent meeting a couple weeks later, and they had a proposal in their hand at that point.
Okay, may I have an appointment with you to see all the contact between the two of them?
Sure. Yeah, that's no problem.
I'll set
All
up
public
some,
documents.
I'll call your office and set something up with you, is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay? Now, here's something that was brought up on Thursday, and it just kept being sort of like pushed aside. Is the money going to be put into a separate account? I want a yes or no, not the fact that we're going to deal with this later, we're going to, if and when the pool is sold, is the money going to be put in a separate account?
If you want my opinion, Bob.
I want a yes or no, that's all I want,
Bob, I'm trying to get to it.
okay?
I wasn't here Thursday, as you know, I was at the county meeting, okay? But in my opinion, I think it just should go into the general fund. It's money gonna be spent. You all will know where it's gonna go. It isn't like it's not
See, it was-
secret stuff.
You were not here, but a couple of people asked if it was going to be put in a separate account.
Well, see, again, I didn't.
May I talk, please?
Sure.
We mentioned it was going to be in a separate account, and the 3 times it was brought up, Mr. Little sort of like sidestepped the issue and said it's not even put up for sale yet, the money's not received yet, and I can understand this.
Well, technically,
But
it's not.
I'm still talking, Mayor.
Please.
Would you allow me to continue?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, when I stated the fact, I wanted a yes or a no, is it going to be put into a separate fund? I don't care when you get the money you're talking about, even if it's at the end of the year. Is it going to be in a separate fund? Or you have other ideas for it?
Are you asking me, Bob?
Yes, that's what I addressed.
Okay. Well, I'll answer that question this way. Ultimately, if it's going to be put into a separate fund, council can direct me on if they wish it that way.
Because, see, once again, you avoided the question. I wanted a yes or a no. Are you going to do it? Because a couple
I'm
of
going to do it.
Wait a minute. A couple of the people brought it up, and they said they would put in a separate fund. And you said hasn't gone up for sale yet? We haven't gotten the money yet? And I just want, if and when you get the money, would you put in a separate fund?
I don't see a problem putting it in a separate fund, in my opinion.
And if I may, I stated last week that that money should be put in a separate fund.
I know
because
you
it
did,
was
Steve,
It
yes.
was related to the parks.
A couple other people did too, but
And possibly we could put that money back into the parks. If not, then it would go back in the general fund.
Yes.
I don't have an issue with that. But I feel that it is part of the park program, or that it should remain there.
because a lot of people have called me and stated the fact, this is a very important item. I mean, so, I mean, I'll call Mr. Little up, set up an appointment with him, and get all the correspondence. But I one day, he still hasn't answered the question I brought up, yes or no.
You want me to answer the question?
That's who I addressed
Whether
it
or not
to.
to put the money into a separate fund?
Yes,
Bob, the only way I can answer that, I'll do what council directs me to do.
Well, I asked
Okay, that's.
Thursday that it be put in a fund, and I thought we were in agreement
You guys
with
can
it.
vote on it tonight.
Well, the money
Because
may not even be
I
in
said
till
it
after the
should be
first
on the
year. There could
agenda
be new people
for
sitting
tonight's
up here.
meeting, because we're voting on it. So we should know where the money's going to go.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be on the agenda.
Okay,
You-
well,
No,
well, what we're gonna do is, if council's okay, Bob, can I put this on the agenda now and get a voice call on it, or wait till we get to that?
Why don't you get to that portion
We'll
of
get
the
to that
meeting?
partial and then we'll figure it out.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.